Good evening and welcome back to Kittredge Field in Boulder, Colorado. These are the RMLC Championships presented by Movement Training Systems. I'm Dan Matthews. He's Max Frater. We've got a great matchup tonight, folks. Colorado State fighting for their MCLA National Tournament lives as they enter this game. And Max, should be an outstanding game between these two.
Dan, I think they left us the best game for last out of the quadruple header we've had today for the RMLC Championships. We'll pause for the national anthem.
Let's take a look at our key players of the game.
Start here with CSU. We've got Blake Warner. And then we'll head to the goalies here. Jake Bender is going to start all four quarters for the Rams. Normally splitting time with Paul, but in the last matchup had 23 saves against the Buffs, so he'll be starting all four quarters. On the other side, Jensen Makarov will be starting in goal. He's been the starter all season for the Buffs and has really been a standout for CU during a stellar season. For the faceoffs, we've got two of the best in the RMLC and the MCLA as a whole. Ryan Chamberlain going up against Broderick Vitale. The two of them have had a little bit of injury problems here so far in the season, but for the most part, really dominating at the face-off X, and it's going to be a key as it has been all day and as we've seen all season for these two teams.
Yeah, CSU coming up in just a moment. We'll keep it here while we finish up the national anthem and then kick it to break. This is the RMLC Championships on Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Moss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. In team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
Welcome back, everybody. Dan Matthews, Max Frater. Colorado State, we mentioned in the open, Max. Colorado State fighting for their MCLA tournament lives in this game. We talked to Coach Fifield before the game, and he said they've got some things to clean up, and he firmly believes a loss, and they're probably out.
And I think he's on the right track there. They're sitting at 9-7. Have played, it's got to be double-digit one-goal games, overtime, double overtime. These guys can't seem to really pull away when it comes to any game they've played here so far in this season, and it's led them to this 9-7 record. And you're right, Dan, I think a loss here against their in-state rival CU would essentially knock them out of the MCLA tournament, a position that I can't remember the last time Colorado State has been in. So it would really be unusual circumstances for the Rams to not be playing in California come May.
Teams meeting at midfield. Traditional opening instructions from the officials. As Max mentioned, it'll be Jensen Makarov between the pipes for Colorado and Jake Bender for Colorado State. Both goalies wearing sweatpants on this chilly and snowy evening in Boulder, Colorado. At the face-off X, it's Ryan Chamberlain, Broderick Vitale, two of the best in the MCLA this season. And we're ready for face-off here in Boulder, Colorado State, wrapping up day one of the RMLC Championships. Kean Reno on the near sideline for Colorado. If you're looking at the face-off, you see Simboski, known as Simbo, on the far side, giving hand signals to Kean Reno on the near side. There's going to be a false start on Broderick Vitale to start the game. CSU gets the opening draw, and they'll go on offense. McGee with the ball up top. He's going to kick it to the far side for Ashton Monheiser. Monheiser feeds to O'Connell coming out of the box, and O'Connell carries to the near side. He'll work the ball near side for Taggart. Taggart feeds behind the cage. Ball's loose. 50-50 ground ball is going to be pushed out and picked up by Cannell for Colorado. Cannell overshoots Kean Reno, and the ball's going to be scooped up in the defensive zone by Peter Hall for Colorado State. Big hit in the middle of the field. Sends the ball loose. Kean Reno comes up with it. He's going to feed Carter Esqueda. Esqueda with the feed to the middle of the field, and that pass is picked off by Alec Geiser for Colorado State.
Esqueda trying to push the tempo here. That's been CU's MO all season, and when you're working with a high-tempo offense, turnovers aren't necessarily frowned upon. Of course, you're not looking to turn the ball over, but if you're looking to push the ball in transition, you realize that it's going to happen.
Connell gets run over in the middle of the field. Shot in on Makarov is saved, and Colorado's coming the other way. Buffs in transition. Simboski couldn't come up with it. Feeds the ball to Kean Reno. Back on April 15th, it was a 3-goal game. 16-13, Colorado coming out on top in a game that just went back and forth all afternoon up in Fort Collins.
Orange ball, by the way, due to the weather. Just a little side note there, as opposed to the normal white ball because of the snowfall coming in here. And from the sounds of it, it's only going to get whiter around here at Kittredge Field.
Ball gets worked to the top. Cannon has it. He feeds far side for Jake Gonzalez. We saw his younger brother Justin a bit earlier playing for Metropolitan State University of Denver.
Had a heck of a game, too.
Cannon carries down the goal line extended on the near side. He's going to feed it up top. Hart Wise with it. He's picked up by his light number, Ashton Monheiser. Wise carries just beyond goal line extended. He'll carry behind the cage. Wise comes out above GLE, feeds Cannon. That pass gets away from Cannon, and it's going to roll over the midfield stripe, over and back, Colorado State ball. Ball worked to the top for the Rams. Colin Zines with it. Zines is going to feed the far side for Woods. Woods carries, then feeds the ball behind goal line extended for Blake Warner. Warner feeds Taggart on the near side. Picked up defensively by Colorado. Ball worked far side high. Chase Warner tries to work it into Zines. That pass gets away. Woods is there for the pickup. Ball comes loose far side, scooped up by the Rams and moved to the top of the box for Chase Warner. Warner is going to go one-on-one with Babbitt. He takes the shot. That goes wide. Back up there by his brother Blake.
Key for Coach Fifield that he talked to us about pregame was offensively, we're just going to have to match CU. I mean, no knock on his defense because they played so well all season, but CU's going to put up goals. He's putting a lot of pressure on his offense to keep that same pace that CU runs.
Ball fed to the inside. Colorado State on the board first. Womack with the goal for the Rams.
Nice finish inside on Womack, who had a lot of room on the right wing. Finishes with the ball in his right hand. A low shot puts it past Makarov. You see the feed from down low, able to muscle his way past Cottrell. Bounces off his defender, gets his hands free, fires one low to low.
So the Rams jump out to the early lead at 1-0. 3 minutes and 26 seconds into this one.
You can see Chamberlain getting every inch as close as he can to that midfield line, trying to get the advantage over Vitale.
Face-off goes into the Colorado State offensive zone. It's going to be picked up by Penn Lukens behind goal line extended for Colorado, and the Buffaloes will hit north to south across Kittredge Field. Ball worked across the middle. Palitz feeds near side for Kean Reno. Reno will feed it back to Palitz, and Palitz will work it up top for Davis Barker. Barker, where's that number 2 in memory of his late coach, Jake Herman. Passed away last year and was the head coach at Mountain Vista High School, where Barker played his high school ball. The Denver lacrosse community definitely misses Jake Herman. Barker with the ball, dodging along goal line extended. He didn't have a real good angle there. Ball went wide behind the cage. It's backed up there by the Buffaloes. Ball worked to Willows, now all the way up top for Stavig. Stavig's going to feed Barker on the near side. Barker picked up by Sullivan. We've got a moving screen on Colorado. It'll be Rams' ball. Rams will work to clear on the near side. Bender with it. Feeds the ball to the far side. Rams slow on the clear. Here's the Buffalo 10-man ride.
Yep, you see Makarov.
Yeah, nice job by the Buffaloes. Cannell scoops up the loose ball. Turnover on the 10-man ride. Buff's ball. Ball gets fed for Stavig. Stavig shot. Low to high over the top of the crossbar. Deflected by Jake Bender.
Nice snap of the wrist there by Stavig. Looks like he was just an inch off from that upper crossbar.
Wise with the restart for the Buffaloes. Behind the cage. Feeds Barker, far side wing. Hits kick it up top for Willows. Come through the substitution box. Near side for Stavig. Back to Willows, over to Barker. Barker picked up by Nestingen. There's a goal for Barker.
Yeah, Davis Barker, good enough to run with the first line middies of Gonzalez and McIlvaney, but really spearheads that second line, and I think that's a strategy by Coach Galvin just to keep some offensive firepower on there. Normally you've got your line two out. They're more possession middies, work the ball down to your attack unit, let them create the offense, but Davis Barker not afraid to shoot at all. As you see on the replay here, gets the feed, moving down the alley, and just a nice shot on the run over the shoulder of Bender.
Somebody's getting more comfortable with the monitor and instant replay.
It's a first day I've ever had a monitor to work with here. So
you usually have to do it for memory. When we do radio, it's all memory, folks. Face-off win for Colorado. Simbo scoops it up. He's going to carry right through the middle of the field. He's picked up by Sage. Will bounce one into the middle of the field for Reno. Reno kicks it near side for Roach, and Roach is going to carry to the top of the box where he's marked up by Peter Hall. Roach with the feed to Escada. Escada's going to carry it back over the top. Buffaloes, as you can tell, wearing black on black, white numbers. You remember when those black jerseys used to have black numbers trimmed in gold. Gonzalez dodges, shoots, and scores. Buffaloes 2, Rams 1.
Looked oddly similar to his brother Justin in that game with Metro State earlier. Just dodged down the right alley and then shooting it to that upper right corner near pipe. There must have been a giant hole in the Gonzalez family net in that upper right corner, because that's all those kids shoot at. Gonzalez, just a tough runner, bull dodger, loves to shoot with his right hand, able to create shots for himself, and he does so right there.
8:51 left in the first. It's 2-1 Colorado. Your referees for today are Dave Momquist, Jimmy Reed, and Brian Monty. We've got a hold on the face-off. Ball's going to belong to Colorado State.
It's violation number 2 on Vitale here in the first quarter. One more, and they'll be man down every following violation in the first half.
Ball's on the near side wing. O'Connell with the carry. Feeds it up top for McGee. McGee's going to drop it to Warner at goal line extended. He'll carry behind the cage and feed Taggart. Now over to Womack and up top. Back to O'Connell. Dodging from the top is McGee. He's picked up by Simboski. Slide comes from Jackson Marlowe. Ball dislodged by Colorado. Heading the other way is Palitz. Palitz carries into the offensive zone. Feeds the near side wing for Roach. Roach works it to Simboski. Ball works down low. There's a bounce shot and a goal for Colorado. Ben Wharton, one of the best finishers in the game, and it's 3-1 Colorado. We're going to go to break. with our score 3-1, Buffalo's lead. You're watching the RMLC tournament presented by MTS Athletics.
John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing things that make football players better power lifters, better direct line sprinters. That's what this is changing. There needs to be an evolution in how we train athletes. This is it.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers, but our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
We'll jump right into the replay here of Ben Wharton's last goal. You see some great ball movement. Carter Escada moves it over to the far wing. One more pass inside for Wharton, and Wharton, the ever-trusty finisher right there on the crease, buries it to make it a 3-1 Colorado lead over CSU. Max Frater and Dan Matthews bringing you the call live from Kittredge Field. We'll kick it back out to the Face-Off X.
Face-off win, Ryan Chamberlain. They call him Chamber. He's got the ball on the near side. Almost lost it. Scooped it back up. Chamberlain hauls tail right into the offensive zone. Gets the touch and will feed it back out to Seaman on the near side. He'll kick it up top for Brian Taggart. Special thank you to our stats crew, Dan Ricketts, John Robinette, and Dave Leach. And Mr. Ricketts just sitting out in the snow working on this one for us. We appreciate it, guys. CU winning the ground ball battle here today so far, 5-1 over Colorado State. Ball gets worked to the top. That's Woods. He's going to feed near side for Zines, picked up by Reno, and the ball worked near side for Taggart behind the cage for Womack. Nice work by the Rams on this possession. They trail 3-1. The Buffaloes on a 3-goal run after the Rams took the early lead. Zines spins, feeds Warner. Warner's shot saved by Makarov. Makarov smothers it inside his crease and will scoop it up. A great job by Jensen Makarov. He feeds Reno. Reno feeds down the field for Jay Snell. Snell carries down the goal line extended. One of the things that's happened at this Colorado squad is the defensive midfielders have gotten more involved in the offense. They're not afraid to allow these guys to play two ways.
Jay Snell definitely has the green light to shoot the ball in transition. One of the better defensive midfielders in the country, and able to push the ball in transition and put a good shot on cage.
In between games, I was looking at Twitter. I saw Grand Canyon had a 4-1 lead over UC Santa Barbara in the SLC tournament. Semifinals, Arizona State and Chapman will play a bit later on tonight. Colorado State has the ball. Nice feed. Geyser has it for CSU. He feeds Woods. Woods can't hang on to it. It's going to be chased down by Penn Lukens. Lukens, one of the key cogs of this defense for Colorado. Cottrell gets the carry across the midfield stripe. His feed for Escava. Gets away. Colorado State scoops up the ball. They're coming the other direction. Here comes Taggart. He's heading right down Main Street. Feeds the inside. Womack buries it. 2 for Womack, 2 for Colorado State, and it's 3-2.
Beautiful play by Taggart right there. He had one option, and he had McGee standing on the crease for a solid 5 seconds. CU defense had no choice but to come up and play the ball carrier. Taggart dumps it down to McGee. McGee with a couple of fakes on the crease and slams it home against Makarov.
Nice job by Womack on the crease.
Or excuse me, Womack. Keep saying McGee here, but yeah, Womack, the one wide open there on the right post, sneaks it past Makarov.
Colorado State stops the bleeding after the 3-goal run for Colorado. They pull back within 1. Vitale and Chamberlain. Vitale pops this one out, carries it back into his defensive zone, and feeds it back toward Makarov. Cottrell will snag the ball, work the ball up to midfield, and feed it to Simboski. Simboski with the kick down the goal line extended for Wise. He's picked up by Geyser. Wise dodges down the near side, feeds the ball to Roach. Roach is going to carry it the near side, feed the middle of the field. That's Jake Gonzalez. Gonzalez feeds back to Wise, and Wise a tap dance along the crease behind the cage. Here comes Wise, out front, buries the net. Nice save by Bender. I thought he was going to bury it top side, upper right 90. Got a little ahead of myself. Wharton with it, feeds it up top. Through Russell and over to the far side. Russell gets it back on the near side. He's going to dodge to the middle of the field with that left-hand carry. He feeds for Cannon. Cannon works to the inside, works it behind the cage to Wharton. Shot goes wide. Cannon there for the backup. We talk about this being one of the most beautiful scenes in all of college lacrosse, and yet tonight we can't see the flat irons. Ball works to Gonzalez. Gonzalez comes down the right alley. Takes the shot over the top of the cage. Roach is there for the backup. Colorado and Colorado State thrive for things like this. And it's snowing. It's snowing pretty good here in Boulder. Roach has the ball behind the cage for the Buffaloes. He feeds Cannon on the far side wing. Cannon dodges down to goal line extended, carries behind the cage. He'll circle all the way up. Feed Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the rocket right over the top of the crossbar. Great look for Gonzalez.
Yeah, perfect look for Jake Gonzalez. You'd think normally he would put that one on cage, just sails it high.
So we get to see potentially see both Gonzalez brothers tomorrow. Saved by Bender there. Colorado scoops up the ball in the defensive zone after the shot off the crossbar. Ball gets worked back to Gonzalez. We're inside 3 minutes to play here in the first. It's 3-2. Colorado with the lead over Colorado State. These two, no matter what might separate them in talent or in season standings, always seem to play a phenomenal game against each other. Pass from behind the cage is picked off. John Sage will get the carry for Colorado State across midfield. Sage goes into the offensive zone, tries to feed Womack down low. They're going to call that a pass. It goes out of bounds, and it's backed up by the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Sage had a full head of steam looking to get rid of the ball, which is normally the smart play, but he ran out of real estate pretty quickly. Would have been smarter to just put a little more heat on that pass, try and make it look like a shot.
Barker gets the clear for Colorado. He feeds the far side for Willows. Willows toe drags down to goal line extended and scores. What a great move by Willows. And right now, that'd be the leader in the clubhouse for our MTS move of the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Fancy feet there by Ben Willows, juking out his defender. We'll try and kick it back to the instant replay there. Especially on the turf that's covered in snow right now. Definitely tough to pull that one off, but pulls the toe drag, puts the stick in his left hand, gets a step on his defender, able to get it back in his right hand, and then high points it, sticks it over the shoulder of Bender.
Pretty steady snow coming down. Every time I brush off the spotting sheets, they get covered again pretty quick. That's why it's good that we know these teams inside and out, Max.
Save the best game for last, that's for sure.
4-2 our score. 2:18 left to play. Quarter number 1. Buffaloes, Rams. RMLC semifinals. Kean Reno heads right down Main Street and scores.
Talk about defensive middies shooting for the Buffs. You got Jay Snell. You've also got Kean Reno, and he shows it off right there. CSU point defense there on the transition. They hold their ground. They don't think the middie's going to shoot it. They give him an extra couple of steps, and he figures, why not? I've got time and room. Fires it over the head Bender.
Excellent work by Kean Reno off the wing. Picking it up, taking it down the field, and scoring in 7 seconds. Indication of the pace of snowfall here in Boulder, and we see players knocking their cleats with their crosses, knocking the snow off of them. There's a lot of white covering the field in a really big hurry. So glad you could be with us here tonight as MTS presents the RMLC Championships on a number of platforms: mcla.us, lacrossetalkradio.com, bigbite.tv.com. We're all over the place. LaxAllStars. We really want to send a special thank you out to LaxAllStars for helping us to facilitate the feed all over. Womack scores for Colorado State, coming around from behind. 5-3.
I feel like we saw Womack's first breakout game against Liberty about this time a month ago. Before that, wasn't really a key factor on offense. Now you see him starting at the attack unit and finding himself in the right places, finding the open space, and buries another one over the head of Makarov.
That's a hat trick for Womack, and that's what they call a natural hat trick happening in one period of play. Womack scoring early and often for the Rams, just not quite enough as they trail 5-3. 90 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dan Matthews and Max Frater with you. Ball work far side. Jay Snell has it for Colorado. He'll carry into the offensive zone and feed Palitz. Palitz steps down, shoots and scores. What a rocket from Palitz. That's all about the change in play, and high to low.
And how do you slow down this CU defense? I mean, everybody who touches the ball is a confident shooter. From 15 yards out, you've got a defensive midfielder who sees a spot on the goal and decides, let's go for it. Let's let one rip. It absorbs the blow afterwards, too. I mean, very difficult to stop, even for an impressive defense like CSU, when you don't know, everybody's a capable shooter on this Buffs team.
Buffs averaging a little over 16 goals a game this year. They're on pace for 24 right now. 6-3, Buffaloes have doubled up the Rams. Got a procedure on the face-off. That's going to be a 30-second penalty. This one was on LaGrassa, taking his first face-off of the game, and I had a chance to have lunch with defensive coordinator Aaron Gray earlier in the week, and he said that LaGrassa is finally healthy, and LaGrassa was one of the top face-off guys in the country last year at the University of Arizona.
And we're only just done with the first quarter here, and CU already has 3 violations at the face-off X. Going up against a guy like Ryan Chamberlain, now they have to be on the defensive. You can't be too aggressive trying to jump the whistle. This could be a good opportunity for CSU to get back into this game.
Ball works up to the top for McGee. McGee kicks for Taggart. Taggart's going to carry across the top of the box. Nice defensive work there by Sandman. Feed comes to O'Connell, who kicks it down low for Monheiser. Back to O'Connell. Now up top, McGee. Kicks it to Taggart. Over to Stewart. Down low, dodging goal line extended on the far side was Monheiser. His shot goes over the crossbar. 29 seconds left to go, first quarter. Referees are going to move McGee into the corner for the restart. He'll kick it to O'Connell on the near sideline. Back to McGee, who's picked up defensively by Sloss. Sloss getting his first action. Ball comes to Womack. Womack goes wide with this shot. It's going to be backed up in the corner by the Rams. Ball gets fed up top. That's Monheiser. Monheiser's feet down low is picked off. Penn Lukens comes up with it. And that's the end of the first period of play. 6-3 our score after one. Buffalo's with the lead. These are the RMLC championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
I was sinking deep underneath.
It's the best smoke show in Denver. GQ Barbecue is Colorado's premier competitive barbecue team, and now you can experience their championship-winning flavors. Fire, smoke, and time, combined with the finest quality meats, best seasonings, and freshest ingredients, make for the best barbecue around. Stop in for our championship-winning brisket, ribs, wings, and sausage, or have us cater your next event. Eat championship barbecue every day at GQ Barbecue.
Think maybe it's snowing a little bit out here in Boulder. Tractor on the field, plowing it off for us.
We've got the John Deere Zamboni out here.
Yeah, it's pretty kind of pretty cool. Kind of like that.
Trying to keep it clean so players don't have to keep knocking off the snow from their cleats.
Well, that and to keep it safe for the players.
Well, nobody's lost their footing too bad from what we've seen so far. I mean, in fact, you've got guys throwing toe drags out there like Neubauer. I mean, I don't think there's any question about footing despite the snow coming down.
I want his job. That looks like a lot of fun.
We got the next best job here in the booth.
We do. Has this been the greatest day or what?
It's been 4 excellent lacrosse games. We're only through period number 1 here with CU and CSU, but I mean, anytime these two teams play, you know it's going to be a tight game. You know tensions are going to be high. I mean, these kids have played with each other since they were, in Pee Wee Youth Lacrosse League, so they know each other all too well. They know each other's styles of play. They're going to play each other once, if not twice a year. So that's part of the fun of playing in the same state that you grew up with, in-state rivals. These kids they're all good friends. They know each other well off the field, but right now they're going for blood.
Friends on the field, enemies off, or friends off the field, enemies on the field.
Without a doubt.
Colorado will be traveling right to left in their blacks. Simboski and Sage on the near sidelines. Vitale and Chamberlain set to do battle at the X. Colorado outshot Colorado State 12-9 in that first quarter and won the ground ball battle 12-6. And Coach Ted Fifield said before the game, we got to win the ground ball battle. We don't win the ground ball battle, we're not going to win the game. He's been doubled up in ground balls so far in the first half. Chamberlain feeds the ball off the face-off to the far side. Alford has it. Carries down to goal line extended and will work the ball up to Taggart. Taggart's going to carry it back down to GLE and work it behind the cage now. That's Womack. Feed it up top. And the ball's going to come near side high for Warner. Warner will kick it to the last man in. There's a goose flying over the field, and he's trying to fly against the wind. It's kind of a struggle up above. Ball comes near side high for Zines. Zines kicks it back over to Woods. Woods is going to dodge down the far side. He'll kick it back up top to Zines. Zines looks to step down. Nice defense there by Colorado. That was Simboski. Feed goes behind the cage to Taggart. He feeds Womack. Womack can't hang on. It's going to be Makarov scooping it up behind his cage and starting the clear for Colorado. The snow coming down, but if you look up into the lights, it's literally moving sideways at the same time. Clear by Colorado. That was Medenborg working the ball up the field.
Pass picked off immediately there. Nice play by Nestingen. CSU still working to try and get that clear off, but you see the orange ball on the turf. Nestingen once again comes up with it. Scrum in the far corner of the field. CSU finally handles it.
Here come the Rams. Tony Seaman, that's the general manager for the Outlaws. Michael Seaman is the one carrying the ball across midfield. He feeds Zines, who drops it down low for Warner. Warner kicks it to Seaman up top. He'll feed it far side.
Two key absences I've noticed from the first quarter, Dan. For CSU, where's A.J. Stewart, their do-it-all attackman from behind the cage? And for CU, where's Colin McElvaney? Two of the best offensive players for both teams. Neither one of them has touched the field in the first 15 minutes.
Rams have the ball. They trail 6-3. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Delahanty feeds the ball behind the cage to Womack. Ball comes to the middle of the field. Van Koppernal scores for Colorado State, and it's 6-4.
Beautiful catch and go. Van Koppernal on the receiving end of that one. Just sticks it opposite side on Makarov as he's chasing the cutting midi across the crease. CSU has the tall task of matching the pace of CU according to Coach Fifield, and so far they're able to do that. It's been Womack to put the first 3 goals on for the Rams, and now Van Koppernal changing things up a little bit on the stat sheet. Once again, CU is basically in the lacrosse version of the bonus at the face-off X. They have 3 violations. Anyone past that, and they serve 30-second technical foul penalties. Vitale wins it forward, but it's going to be Chase Warner who comes up with the loose ball.
Actually, that was Blake. Blake is 7. Chase is 12.
Blake with the shot hits the outside of the cage.
Ball in the far corner where Womack wins the chase. He'll restart. Feed Taggart on the far side wing. Taggart will kick the ball up top for McGee. The weather posing its own challenges for reading the jerseys across the field. Usually dark on white or white on dark. Pretty easy to see, but the snow making it a little bit more complicated. McGee has the ball on the far side for the Rams. He's got Palitz on him. Palitz has a goal tonight. McGee sweeps across the top of the box. Almost goes down, spins, feeds the ball back to the middle of the field for Monheiser, who kicks it left for O'Connell. Weather-related unforced turnover there for Colorado State. And the Buffaloes will get the ball. 11:20 to play here in the first quarter. It's Colorado 6, Colorado State 4. Jensen Makarov working the ball up the middle of the field. Feeds the far side. That's Jake Gonzalez. Gonzalez has Palitz on the break. Palitz fields the ball on a hop where it's picked up defensively by Schwinger. Feeds the ball to Wise. Wise picks up the screen. Feeds the ball far side. Russell sweeping across the top. Picked up by Sullivan. Kicks the ball up top for Jake Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to go one-on-one with Schwinger. Gets free. This shot goes wide of the cage.
We've seen a lot more from sophomore listed as an attackman Ryan Russell running with the first team middies, as well as Stephen Cannon on the left wing. But once again, no Colin McElvaney, the all-star midfielder. Ball work behind the cage for Colorado. That's Carter Escava.
He'll work the ball up top for Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to come to the near side. He'll be trailed by McGee. Gonzalez carries the ball back to X for Colorado. Little shake and bake at X. Works out up top, takes the shot. That one is saved by Bender. Bounces out, scooped up by Wharton. Wharton feeds Esqueda. Nice little flip pass from Wharton to Esqueda there. Cannon comes near side with the ball. He's picked up defensively by Alec Geyser. Geyser out of Arapahoe High School. Feed to Esqueda. Esqueda comes up to goal line extended, slips on the snow. Feeds Gonzalez. Gonzalez is give it up top for Cannon. He's going to feed far side for Russell. Picked up by Sullivan. Russell dodges to the inside, fires one to the side of the net. Gonzalez thought he scored. Bender scoops it up. He'll start the charge for Colorado State. 6-4 our score. 9:20 left to go here in the first half. Nice ride by the Colorado defense. 10-man ride in effect. Makarov will work his way back into net. Here comes Zines charging down the near sideline. He'll circle back and feed the ball to the top. That's Warner. Warner feeds near side. That pass gets away, and it's going to be Colorado ball.
Waste of a gritty clear by Colin Zines right there, having to dip and dive through about 3 CU defenders on that 10-man ride, able to get a touch inside. Did it all himself, and then the pass just sails by him.
Carter Esqueda overruns the pass. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Colorado State. Esqueda on the restart. Feeds the far side for Roach. Roach will kick it up top for Russell. Russell has Cannon subbing through the box, and he'll feed him. Work to Snell up top. Snell picked up by Brandon Dyke. Snell dodges the left alley, takes the shot. That one goes behind the cage. Snell takes a nosedive, slides across the turf while the ball goes out of bounds, backed up by Wharton. Footing's going to be an issue. Plows are ready to go on the far side of the field. Gonzalez has the ball on the near side. He works his way toward the cage. Slide comes. Nice job there by Lampman. Feed for Cannon. Ball hits the turf. Cannon scoops it up on the far side. He'll kick it up top on the near side for Russell. Picked up by Dyke. Russell goes down the near side. Feeds the ball back up top for Gonzalez, who kicks it over to Cannon. Cannon picked up far side by Trask. Shot goes wide of the cage. It's going to be backed up near side. Actually, that ball bounced off and came near side, didn't it? Gonzalez is going to restart for Colorado. Kicks to Roach over to Cannon. Fed behind the cage. Gonzalez, step down, shot wide of the cage. Out of bounds. Give that back up behind the cage to Esqueda. 6-4 our score, 7:27 left to play in the first half. Esqueda with the restart for Colorado. Kicks it up top for Cannon, who fires up to the top of the box for Russell. Over to Gonzalez and down to the wing for Roach. Roach kicks it back up top to Russell. Russell's going to hit downhill, feed it back to Cannon. The ball comes loose. Nice chase by Jake Gonzalez. Beating Trask to the ball, scooping it up, and carrying it down the right side of the box. There's a goal for Gonzalez, 7-4 Buffaloes. That's a timeout. 7-4 our score. You're watching the RMLC Championships, presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
The specialists at Highlands Ranch Glass have one goal: to offer you the most professional commercial and residential glass services in the metro area. Our expert glass services include shower enclosures, window glass repair, and commercial storefronts. Our Glassworks operation allows us to customize any job for the perfect glass solution. We've been providing high-quality glass services in the metro area for over 60 years. Highlands Ranch Glass offers a clear difference. Call us today and see for yourself.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
We'll come right back into the instant replay of the last goal scored by Jake Gonzalez. Just a typical dodge down the right alley, but Jake so good at creating shots for himself. Just gets a shoulder into his defender, able to get him off by a step, and makes the no-angle shot happen. Just such a strong righty shooter. Puts the score at 7-4.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could build like a press box out of the plexiglass that they have at hockey rinks and just call the game from inside one of those?
Just build us our own little cube. A warm cube would be nice.
It would be really, really nice. We do have a portable heater that is somewhat doing the job. Colorado State has the ball. They trail 7-4. Ball gets kicked up top for Santor. He'll feed the far side wing. Womack has it. He carries the ball behind the cage through X and feeds over to Warner. Warner's going to kick it up top for Delahanty, who feeds it back up top for Santor. Santor will dodge from the top, carry down the left side. He'll get pushed all the way down to goal line extended by Reno. Ball comes back up top. Van Compernoll's shot goes wide. On the chase near side, Colorado State will beat Colorado to it. I believe that was Monheiser on the chase near side. Ball gets worked back behind the cage. Warner feeding for Santor. Santor has nowhere to go. Nice defense there by Reno. Deep kicks for Delahanty, picked up by Simboski. Delahanty comes near side, has to come all the way to the wing. Feeds Van Compernoll. Starting to slip and slide a little bit out on that turf. Ball comes loose. Van Compernoll can't get to it. Here comes Reno. Right down Main Street. Feeds the near side for Esqueda. Esqueda pulls it down to goal line extended. And will reset the Colorado offense. Esqueda sweeps across the top of the box. Feed comes up top now. That's Stavig. Stavig loses it. Simboski scoops it up. Feeds it back to Stavig. Simboski slowly works his way up the wing. He's going to head into the defensive side of the field. Dropping the ball is Stavig. It's picked up by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer feeds Delahanty, who's met right there by Barker. Ball comes loose. Barker tries to scoop it up. Players slipping and sliding across the field. We're going to have a loose ball push, but Colorado State comes up with the ball. Nice play on for the Rams. Feed comes to Seaman. Timeout. Rams. 4:36 to play, first half. They trail 7-4. This is the RMLC Championships, presented by Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Moss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. we are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers. But our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
Welcome back, everybody. Dan Matthews, Max Frater. 7-4 our score. 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Colorado State trails, but they have the ball. Monheiser with the ball up top for the Rams. Cuts are definitely a tricky feat out there, Max.
But you've got the ball handlers on both sides. You don't necessarily need to win off the dodge. You can win off the backdoor cut, the off-ball movement. Not seeing a whole lot of that right now from the CSU offense, though.
Taggart kicks it to McGee up top. McGee's going to dodge down the near side alley. Nice job there by Sandman defensively for Colorado. Ball worked behind the cage to Womack. Womack has 3 of the 4 for the Rams. Ball fed up top for O'Connell. He sweeps right to left to right across the top of the box and fires one wide. Womack's there for the backup. He'll get the restart for Colorado State. Rams with the ball. O'Connell up top. He'll spin and feed it to Monheiser, who kicks to Warner. Warner down to McGee, and McGee behind the cage to Womack. He's picked up by Cottrell. And the ball works all the way to the top for Monheiser. Our green field was turned white here in the first half. Uncertain as to whether they will actually plow before at halftime. At halftime, we're going to be joined by Eric McCarty from the CU Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Eric McCarty, a great athlete in his own right, is an All-American here at the University of Colorado on the football field. Ball works up top. Esqueda has it for the Buffaloes. He feeds far side for Gonzalez, who's picked up by Sullivan. Gonzalez carries down the far side and works it behind the cage for CU. CSU fighting for their MCLA tournament berth lives. Colorado nearly a lock to make the tournament at this point. Ranked number 2 in the country, behind Grand Canyon. Ball worked down to Wharton. Wharton will feed Gonzalez. Max Frater is going to head across the field. Don't fall on your way over there, Max. Whistle blows. Somebody stepped in the crease, and it's going to be Colorado State ball. Pfeiffer will restart for the Rams. He feeds the middle of the field. Zines can't come up with it. Roach carries. He pulls it out to the near far side wing. 1:35 to play. First half. Buffalo 7, Rams 4. Turnover, Colorado. Colorado State heading down the field to the south end. Overthrow, turnover, Colorado State. Got a feeling we could start to see a fair amount of that as this game progresses and the snow continues to fall. Cannon with the ball for Colorado. He's met by Warner. Warner dislodges the ball, but Cannon picks it back up. Cannon gets across midfield, feeds the near side for Jake Gonzalez. Gonzalez will carry down the goal line extended, trade places with Wharton, and then give him the ball. Ball gets worked across the field, and we've got a timeout, Colorado. 54 seconds to play here in the first half. This is the RMLC Championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing things that make football players better power lifters, better direct line sprinters. That's what this is changing. There needs to be an evolution in how we train athletes. This is it.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
I was sinking deep under me.
Roach with the ball for Colorado on the restart. 45 seconds left to go. First half, Buffs lead 7-4. Ball gets worked to Gonzalez near side. Gonzalez steps down and rifles one home. They've doubled up the Rams at 8-4. That's two for Gonzalez. Buffalo's playing really nice lacrosse in really lousy weather. It's been beautiful all winter. It's been beautiful through the spring. The RMLC tournament hits, and what do we get? We'll get 3 to 5 inches of snow. Chamberlain wins the faceoff, goes right down Main Street and takes a shot and fires it wide. There's a timeout taken by Rams coach Ted Fifield before that shot got launched. 30 seconds left. We're going to take another break. You're watching the RMLC Championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Moss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers. But our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
Welcome back to Boulder, everybody. The final 30 seconds of the first half. Warner has the ball for Colorado State. I'm Dan Matthews. Max Frater is working his way to the other side of the field to talk with Coach Ted Fifield. Coming around the backside is Warner. He fires one wide. It's backed up by the Rams. 17 seconds left here in the first half. Ball worked behind the cage again. That's Warner. Warner will pop up top. He's going to feed the ball to his brother Chase. Chase tries to back his man down. That's Reno. Fires one on cage. Makarov saves it. He launches it the length of the field. It's up there somewhere in the lights and goes out of bounds as time expires here in the first half. We'll step aside. When we come back, Max Schrader will be with head coach Ted Fifield. You're watching the RMLC Championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
I was sinking deep underneath.
The specialists at Highlands Ranch Glass have one goal: to offer you the most professional commercial and residential glass services in the metro area. Our expert glass services include shower enclosures, window glass repair, and commercial storefronts. Our Glassworks operation allows us to customize any job for the perfect glass solution. We've been providing high-quality glass services in the metro area for over 60 years. Highlands Ranch Glass offers a clear difference. Call us today and see for yourself.
Ted Fifield, his team trailing 7-4 at half. Coach, you mentioned pregame that your offense is going to have to match the pace of CU if you guys want to win this. How do you feel about their performance after 2 quarters?
I think my offense is playing well. What we're really doing is, I don't want us to match the pace of CU. They want to play a lot faster than we want to play. We're lending ourselves to that right now. We're forcing passes and shots that aren't quite there. We're just giving up extra opportunities to good offense. And if we, no matter how well my defense plays down there, if we continue to give extra opportunities to the top scoring offense in the entire league, we're going to put the ball in the net, especially with tough conditions for goalies to see the ball right now. It's, so I really think CU's playing well, but I really think we're just not doing ourselves any favors at the moment.
Any reason we haven't seen A.J. Stewart at the attack unit?
A.J. got hurt in that last CU game. He banged up his knee, so he's fighting through a little bit of injury. He was out there for an EMO rep. He's a little bit limited right now, so we're using him strategically as the game goes along. But my attack unit's playing well right now. Those guys are killing, particularly Alec Womack. I need some other guys to step up like that to get us back in the game.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Max. We appreciate that. Max with head coach Ted Fifield. We're at halftime here. Our halftime score, 8-4, the University of Colorado leading Colorado State University. This is the University of Colorado Sports Medicine and Sports Performance halftime show. I'm joined now by Dr. Eric McCarty from the Sports Medicine group. And Eric, tell us a little bit about the program.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having us too on a great night like this. Muscle winning. We have the CU Sports Medicine Center right on campus, the new Champion Center. We built that, the Champion Center built. We have physical therapy. Myself, I see patients as well as several other physicians, non-operative and operative, and then we have all the imaging, MRI, and then also really one of the neat things is we have sports performance, and that's really human physiology. And then we have really one of the really neat things we got is this new way to assess body movement. It's called the DARI system, and basically it's a way for us to assess athletes or guys like you and me, former athletes.
Former guys.
Yes. And it can really assess all your deficiencies as well as what you're good at too.
Right.
Because it's really a neat way that is markerless and a way to look at it with all these cameras around you, and it helps you get a better customized program.
Outstanding. Now you understand that we've got some more information about this DARI system.
Yeah, we really do. If you go to our website at cusportsmed.org, CU Sports Medicine Performance Center, a lot of information. Always happy to help out the athletes. love seeing lacrosse like this. We take care of University of Denver as well, and I'll tell you, these guys play at such a high level. It's that much different.
Let's go ahead and take a look at a piece we've got on the Dari system here at the halftime show.
Human motion is the next vital sign, and Dari Motion Health captures human motion data throughout the continuum of care, from wellness and preventative medicine to injury, recovery, and beyond. Dari uses markerless motion capture to perform a complete biomechanical analysis in as little as 5 minutes. No markers or force plates needed. Dari then delivers objective data within seconds of a scan. This data can be used to identify threats to bone and joint health, personalize exercise and rehabilitation, and help reduce healthcare costs through injury prevention. Using Dari technology, providers are differentiating themselves with a revenue-generating motion health service line, crafting patient risk mitigation strategies in CJR and other bundled payment environments, objectively tracking patient outcomes, and partnering with employers to deliver new kinds of wellness to their employees. Move better with Dari Motion Health.
And we're back with Dr. Eric McCarty for the CU, Center for Sports Medicine and Sports Performance. And Eric, it's been burning all year with me because I see it more and more. You played collegiate football here at the University of Colorado. Your son plays lacrosse. How does that happen?
Well, if you think about when you and I grew up, there wasn't any lacrosse, right? Not in Colorado. Back east there was. And so what a great sport. I just love it. He did play football in high school. But he just became accustomed to playing lacrosse, and that's his sport. What a great game.
And I'm seeing more and more of it. Tom Nayland's son plays for Kent Denver down in the city, and it's just interesting to see all these former football players who have kids that are playing lacrosse. You work with a lot of lacrosse athletes. What are the unique challenges in dealing with a lacrosse athlete?
You know, they are a tough bunch of kids. It's great, and so that's not so unique. I think what really is a challenge, though, these are guys, particularly they're playing young, and some of these guys, and this is the real tough part, are trying to play year-round, and they're not playing other sports. And so that's the biggest challenge with youth sports today, but particularly some lacrosse, they're playing in the fall, the winter, and they're not getting into another sport. So I would say, my message would be, hey, play other sports. Coach Tierney has told me that he likes kids that play more than lacrosse. He'd rather have a guy that plays basketball and lacrosse or football and lacrosse than just lacrosse.
Outstanding. No more curly hair on the top of that head, Eric.
That's about bald.
That's Dr. Eric McCarty here at halftime. Our halftime score, 8-4. The University of Colorado leading Colorado State here on the RMLC Championships, presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
Hey, Edwin, get over there on the squat rack.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
You're a little bit closer to the booth as we're still plowing the fields, trying to get this slush off before we start the second half. I'm here with CU men's head coach John Galvin, his team leading 7-4. Coach, you guys came out of the gates hot, put 6 up on the board in the first quarter, kind of slowed down a little bit. Actually, we're 8-4 now. What did you see change in the second quarter that kind of slowed down your offense?
I mean, I think the weather probably slowed down a little bit, but I mean, we're really playing it, so it makes it really.
At the face-off X, you guys got into a little bit of trouble after 3 violations. Any adjustments to be made for Vitale going up against Chamberlain?
I mean, we just got to adjustment made personnel-wise and just do a better job on GBs.
And then defensively, there were a couple of goals given up in transitions. Any adjustments to make sure Womack doesn't get left open on the crease?
No, we'll just keep running what we do and hopefully do a little better in transition D.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
We're at halftime, 8-4. We're going to step aside for a quick break here on the RMLC Championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Moss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers. But our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
Welcome back to Boulder, everybody. Plows on the field, wind sprints being run, trying to keep warm are these players before the second half starts. Our halftime score 8-4, and Max, you're right. Colorado came out hot. The pace of play has slowed down a little bit. The field definitely wreaking havoc with both teams.
Not a doubt about it. I mean, the slush on the field here, it makes it near impossible to cut. Not only to keep your footing, but you also got to worry about your knees at that point. You take one wrong cut and you're out for the rest of this season and maybe some of next season too. So as a player, you definitely have that in the back of your mind during bad conditions like this. But nevertheless, I mean, both of these teams are good enough athletes to work around that and try and find other ways to get to the net. You got some transition work that you can do. You've got both sides of both teams pushing. Obviously, CU is going to try and work the ball as quickly as they can, but even watching CSU, Coach Fifield was saying, yeah, we're not trying to match the pace of play of CU, but you can definitely see they're playing faster than they would against the likes of maybe a Liberty or maybe a Minnesota or some of the other teams that we've seen come through here at Chapman like that. So anytime you're going up against CU, you kind of see yourself running a little bit quicker with the ball than you normally would. Nevertheless, I think CSU, despite the way they played in the first half, they have a great opportunity to come back into this one, and it all starts at the X with Chamberlain.
We're just about underway here in the second half. Balls down, whistles blow. A procedure call this time on on Vitale. So an early start, that's one.
Just the way the first half started, too, was a procedure call against Vitale. So
Colorado State will kick in the offense first. Ball gets worked up high for McGee, and McGee's going to work it over to Taggart here on the near side. Colorado State in their white trimmed with green numbers. Colorado in black trimmed in white. Love the new look. Traditional old school CU football uniform look. Rams with the ball. That's O'Connell. Reno tries to ride. Can't. Ball gets worked around for Womack. Womack with a hat trick in the first half. Lukens scoops the ball. Heads toward the sideline. Nice job by Lukens on the side to keep it in bounds, but Womack's going to be the one that scoops it up. Womack pulls in behind goal line extended, feeds the ball for McGee. McGee looks to go one-on-one with Marlowe. Bounces one toward the goaltender, Makarov, who pushes inside. Credit to Chase on the far side to Warner. He'll start it back up for the Rams. There's a feed to Womack, who bounces it home. Quick one-timer, and it's 8-5.
Womack has just been a ninja there on the crease all night, just stealthy as can be. Finds himself wide open again for the cross-crease pass. Makarov not able to get a stick out there to try and intercept that. He has to change pipes, and that leaves you dead as a goaltender, especially with an attackman sitting right there on the crease. Womack doesn't even have to move, just catch and fire.
Womack stepping up big, replacing the goal-scoring potential of A.J. Stewart for Colorado State. It's a 3-goal game, just a little over a minute into the third quarter. For those of you watching around the country, we're glad you could join in. I know that my good buddy, Ken Lovick, head coach at Georgia Tech, is watching right now, and I want to congratulate Ken and his Georgia Tech squad on an SELC championship. We look forward to seeing the Yellow Jackets play in the MCLA National Tournament.
Another team that played here during some tough weather at Kittredge Field, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, earlier last month.
Ball works to the middle of the field. Colin Zines has it. He's going to feed the far side. Ball hits the turf. It's going to be scooped up far side by Warner. Whistle blows. Moving screen against Colorado State. It'll be Buffalo ball. The wind picking up. The snow falling hard. Winter storm warning in effect for most of the 7-county metro area. We're in Boulder County here, right in the middle of it all. Jake Gonzalez has the ball at the top. He's going to feed down low for Carter Esqueda. Esqueda kicks it up top for Russell, and Russell will set the offense. Well, lo and behold, there's Colin McIlvaney. Haven't seen him until now. McIlvaney rips his first shot to the back of the net.
Doesn't waste any time making his presence known. One of our keys to the game for the Buffs. Didn't see him for the first 2 quarters of play. His first substitution on. Gets the ball. Righty rocket low. Beats Jake Bender.
That makes our score 9-5 Buffaloes. I know McIlvaney's been nursing some injuries, minor injuries, most of the year. We venture to guess they just wanted to rest him up a little bit and not force the play, not force the possibility of injury, especially on this turf. McIlvaney makes the most of his 8 seconds on the field.
And he has the potential to do that every time he touches the ball.
Buffs up 9-5. Another procedure on Broderick Vitale. That's 2 here in the first 2.5 minutes. That can be dangerous for Colorado.
That's 2 back-to-back to start the second half.
Ball worked to the top. Feed comes near side for Zines. Zines walks it back out, kicks it up top for Warner, coming through the box. Warner back to Zines, picked up by Simboski, feeds it down to Taggart. Taggart kicks it behind the cage for Blake Warner. He's picked up by Cottrell. Ball works all the way back up to the top. And you'd have to know that the snow is going to blow directly into our broadcast tent.
You think we got it bad, Dan? Try running full speed to pick up a ground ball into the wind. I mean, these guys do not have it easy right now.
No, they don't. Not at all. Some in shorts, some wearing some leggings underneath the shorts. Big hit Down low, hitting the turf was Sandman for Colorado. Makarov comes up with the loose ball. He feeds it up to Reno, and Reno's going to work up the middle of the field. Last time Reno did this, he went to the cage and scored. Ball down to the inside, behind the back, Esqueda after a shot that went attempted between the legs by Esqueda. What a couple of great looks for Esqueda.
That would have been a beautiful shot, but a great save by Bender, too. You got an attackman standing there on your crease. You have no idea where he's going to go with that ball.
Gonzalez brings it down to goal line extended on the near side for Colorado. He's picked up there by Warner. He'll circle the cage, come up to goal line extended, fire for the top right 90 and miss. Colorado on the backup. They've got a 9-5 lead, looking to double up the Rams. McIlvaney back on the field for Colorado. The one thing McIlvaney can do is he's great at drawing attention and being able to feed the ball off of that. Esqueda gets it from McIlvaney, swings around the cage and drops it up top for Russell. Back over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez feeds Wise near side. Wise cuts to the middle of the field. Carries to the left side and feeds Gonzalez, who kicks it back up top to McIlvaney. Near side for Russell. Drops it behind the cage. Ball comes loose. Esqueda goes and chases it down, scoops it up, and kicks it back to Russell. Russell's picked up by Zines behind the cage. He'll pick up a screen from Esqueda, feed it up top for McIlvaney. McIlvaney's going to kick it across the top of the box. Gonzalez with it. He's going one-on-one with Nestingen. Down to goal line extended, loses the ball. Chasing down that orange ball in the white snow. Gonzalez scoops it out to Wise, and Wise will kick it up top for Russell. Russell will go one-on-one with Warner, down to goal line extended, and feed the ball behind the cage. That's Esqueda. Esqueda rolls above goal line extended, fires one wide of the cage. Russell's there for the backup. Really want to give big thanks to our camera crew. Standing out. That ball goes over and back. It'll be Colorado State ball. Camera crew standing up on scaffolding, or maybe a scissor lift, or down on the field with the snow falling, and that's just not a lot of fun for anybody. They're the ones not covered. So we want to give a big thanks out and a shout out to the camera crew.
The whole production crew. I mean, today has gone really well, and we have Big Bites and a lot of individuals here to thank for it.
McIlvaney with the ball in the middle of the field. Bounces around like a pinball. McIlvaney not happy with the call. I'm not sure what was called by the referee there, Max. Withholding? It was a withholding call saying McIlvaney was holding the ball against his chest.
Tough call to make, especially when you're getting knocked around like a pinball trying to clear.
Delahanty with the ball far side for Colorado State. They trail 9-5 with 8:24 to play. Third period. Santor gets to the inside, down to goal line extended, looks to feed it across. Somehow that ball bounces in. I think that fed across, and then Warner was able to put it home.
It was Santor going down the left wing, fed it into the middle. We'll have to check out the replay here to see who officially gets credited with that. And that was Blake Warner.
It was Blake Warner. Santor with the feed across as he got knocked to the turf.
Low feed, and it looks like Blake Warner picked it up off the hop and then put it back in past Makarov. Back to within 3, 9-6, under 10 minutes to go here in the third period. CU with back-to-back face-off violations to start the corner. This time, Chamberlain wins it clean back to himself, or what looked to be clean, but CU comes up with the loose ball.
And Simboski replaced Vitale at the face-off X. Ball works near side, Wise. Wise will carry down to goal line extended. Pull it out on the side and feed down low for Esqueda. Esqueda will kick it up top for Palitz. Palitz has a nice goal here tonight. In the feed goes, far side. That's Trayvon Hamlet getting some playing time. We talked about City Lax earlier on, and in that piece with Eric Law, we talked about Trayvon Hamlet, who got his lacrosse start with City Lax. One of the first kids to play with City Lax. Ball gets worked up top for Cannon. Cannon can't field it. Nice job keeping the ball in the offensive zone by Cottrell. Cannon scoops up the loose ball. Feeds it down low for Esqueda. We've got a flag on the field on the near side. And it gets kicked up top for Hamlet. Hamlet will dodge down the near side. Pull up at goal line extended and roll back. Hamlet dodges GLE. Feeds the ball behind the cage for Carter Esqueda. We'll find out what this flag's all about.
I want to say it's going to be maybe a hold or an interference against CSU. Interfering with an offensive player trying to work around a pick. They give it to 33, John Sage in the penalty box.
So that's a 1-minute penalty. Sage will sit in the sin bin. Colorado will go on the EMO. Gonzalez has it at the top. He feeds far side for Roach. Roach kicks it down low behind the cage. Wharton has it. Feeds it back to Russell. Skip pass up top for Gonzalez. Gonzalez doesn't take the shot. Kicks it to McElvaney instead. Gonzalez works it down low. Right there on goal line extended. With the shot and the goal. Looks like Carter Esqueda. John Roach. That's Roach with the goal.
Roach with just a sliver of an angle there on the near side pipe. As we take a peek at the replay here, McElvaney drawing a lot of attention, able to kick the ball backside, finding John Roach open there on the left wing pipe. Sneaks it past Bender's foot. Double digits now for the Buffs, which they are no stranger to. I can't think of one game, maybe against Cal Poly earlier this season, where they didn't score 10-plus points.
Yeah, right. 5-4 was that final score against Cal Poly in overtime. The MCLA tournament is going to be wide open, folks. I can think of at least 6 or 7 teams that really could make a run to the national championship.
Yeah, there's been a lot of parity this year. I think Grand Canyon's been really the only standalone as the most dominant team in MCLA lacrosse.
Feed all the way across the field, comes near side for Geyser. Geyser's going to kick it up the middle of the field. O'Connell cutting across to the near side, fields the pass, works it up to McGee. McGee can't come down with it. Cottrell does for Colorado. But Cottrell promptly throws it away. Roach can't chase it down. Yeah, Grand Canyon's had a great season. But 7 teams, I think Grand Canyon, Arizona State, Colorado, Georgia Tech, BYU, they could all really win this national title, and maybe 2 or 3 others.
They've really been around robin, though. I mean, ASU beat CU at the very beginning of the season, and then ASU turns around, or BYU turns around and beats Arizona State. ASU beats Utah, who then beats Colorado. So, I mean, it's really just all over the place between the SLC and the RMLC.
And we can't leave out Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's kind of the wild card in this one.
Right, and they came out here to Colorado and they split 1-1. They held with CU for a little bit before the Buffs pulled away. So, I mean, they have the potential on a neutral site to make some noise against a good team. But overall, I mean, other than Grand Canyon, every team has shown that they're beatable. Any given day, Utah can beat CU, and then any given day, Texas can beat Utah. UNLV can beat BYU. So, like you said, I mean, there's really no lock in for who's going to be in that championship game this year. CSU with the ball, trying to wrap around is Santor, feeding the center of the field. Ball hits the turf. Coming up with the loose ball, it's going to be Penn Lukens. Lukens will get it to his goaltender for the clear.
Macara will run a ball up the field. for Colorado and feed it to Kean Reno in the offensive zone. Reno gets the touch, and the touch is a mystery now, folks. There is no clear-cut definition of where that line is. The refs are going to simply have to use common knowledge as to about what 30 is. Colorado State comes up with the ball. Working it across midfield is Geyser. Geyser loses it as he comes across the middle of the field. Slipping and falling is Barker. Inside 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Colorado 10, Colorado State 6. Ball works near side for Womack, who kicks it behind the cage for Santor. He feeds Warner, who kicks it up top to his brother Chase. Chase will feed near side for Colin Zines. Zines cuts back across the field. Heads to the wing and feeds it up top to Chase Warner. Warner rockets one. And Makaroff gets the chase. Great hustle by Makaroff. And Max, we commented earlier to each other off camera, but the crowd, at least on this side of the field to our left, is outstanding given the weather.
They know what kind of team they have here on campus. I mean, this is a national title contender, so you got to come out, rain, shine, snow, hail, sleet, whatever you want to call this. Fantastic to see the fans out here in full force.
Pretty decent crowd to our right as well. Ball goes wide of the cage on the shot. It's going to be backed up by Colorado.
Not to mention the CU-CSU rivalry. I mean, these two schools could be playing chess and you'd have just the same crowd.
Yeah, you probably would.
Not a fan of each other at all. Doesn't matter what sport you're playing.
Wise feeds Gonzalez, who feeds McElvaney. McElvaney with the toe drag, comes to the near side. He's held a little bit, gets away. Ball finally pops loose. McElvaney gets pushed from behind. Ball's going to stay with Colorado.
McElvaney looks like he's favoring his left leg. Might be something up with his right knee after getting pushed to the turf.
Ball worked to the inside. Shot bounces around. Doesn't quite get through. Bender will scoop it up for the Rams. Our score is 10-6. Colorado with the lead. Our MCLA tournament hopes on the line for Colorado State? We think so. What do you think? Let us know. Tweet us at Lax Talk Radio. We'd like to hear your opinions.
By no means out of this game. 4 goals, 2:20 left in the third quarter. Weather playing a huge factor.
Colorado State's lost a number of 1-goal games this year.
They've also won a number of 1-goal games this year.
And that they have. Colorado State no stranger to tight-knit contests. Ball gets worked up top for McElvaney. McElvaney carries down to the near side. Feeds the ball up top. Gonzalez has it. He'll carry down the far side alley. Pull it out to the wing. Ball gets fed behind the cage for Roach. Roach scoots around just above GLE. Skip pass across to Gonzalez. Gonzalez rings one off the pipe. Roach hunts it down on the near side. Kicks it to McElvaney. McElvaney fires across the field. That's Russell. Russell will carry down to the wing. 1:25 left to go here in the third quarter. That's Wise. His shot goes high over the top. That one's chased down on the near side by Colorado State.
Not enough grip tape on these sticks to cover up the slush. So it looks like that one flew out of the hands of the CSU defender. Had to stop play so he can pick it up. Might even be broken as he leaves the field.
Pfeiffer feeds Bender. Bender feeds it up the middle of the field. That pass is picked off. Gonzalez carries it back into the zone for Colorado. Gonzalez will get the touch, feed the ball back up top, and now McElvaney has it near side. McElvaney bounces around a bit and then feeds the ball up top on the far side of the field. That's Gonzalez. Players keeping their feet moving. Gonzalez skip pass. McIlvaney can't field it cleanly. He'll scoop up the ball. Slow down play just a bit. McIlvaney will carry down the goal line extended. Flag's going to come out.
I don't know if they're going to call cross-check. Geyser, clearly played with his free hand as he pushed McIlvaney away, trying to defend him down the right alley.
Russell has the ball far side, carries it behind goal line extended. He'll walk it off there. Colorado is going to hang on to the ball. That means they'll have possession to start for the fourth quarter. Russell makes a move up to GLE. That's the end of 3. 10-6 our score. Colorado leads Colorado State. These are the RMLC championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Moss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
I was sinking deep underneath.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
There we go, JP. My engineer's gotten a little chilly down here working the buttons.
Too much
the mixer.
Too much tilt on that hat over here. It's like he's wearing a Lax helmet right now.
10-6 is our score. We've got a battle of the fans breaking out to Sweet Caroline while the Plows clear the field here in Boulder. Just working the lines, the midfield stripe. Nice job by the Plow crew here in Boulder. Certainly very appreciative of their work here today, too. We got through 3 of 4 before the snow fell, so we did all right.
3 to 5, they said. I think we're going to get a little bit more.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. This may be one of those quick hitters.
Now we're at 5 to 7 inches.
5 to 8 inches of snow here tonight, huh, JP?
According to our meteorologist, John Ponis, in the back.
We're going to have a lot of people to thank after this one's over, Max.
Yeah, this has been quite the production we've done for Big Bite, for Lacrosse Talk Radio, for LaxAllStars, the works. Hope you all have enjoyed it, because we certainly have.
Colorado restarts offensively, and they actually they shoveled the box on one end of the field, but not on the other. So we have a rough idea where that box is now. Ball works up top. Gonzalez steps down, takes the shot. Benders takes it right into the breadbasket. Feeds the far side. And working the clear on the far side will be Peter Hall. Fourth quarter here in Boulder, Colorado, folks. That was a nice effort by Hart Wise, trying to take the ball away from Zines. Knocked across, the ball stayed in. Zines carries it all the way down past goal line extended and feeds it back to Seaman. Seaman will kick it up top for McGee. Colorado State needs to score early and often here in the fourth.
At this point, I mean, conditions are nearly impossible for the goaltender to see the ball at 100%. If I'm either one of these teams, I start peppering the goaltender, put the ball on the turf, put bouncers on there. They're going to have a heck of a time trying to track that ball down.
Ball works far side. McGee has it. He carries down the goal line extended. Works it along the far side. Kicks it up top for Monheiser. Monheiser gets it back from O'Connell. Dodges down the left alley. Loses the ball and his cross. Gonzalez chases it down in the corner. He's going to feed near side for Lukens, who kicks it up to Snell. Snell and Taggart set to meet. Taggart takes a good shot at the ball, knocks it out. Nice job by Snell to keep it in bounds. Snell feeds Esqueda. Esqueda kicks it up top for McIlvaney. McIlvaney fires one on cage and scores. 2 shots, 2 goals for Colin McIlvaney.
And that's going to be the game changer. I mean, that's what McIlvaney brings to this game, is that outside shot. With the conditions being the way that they are, you've got to be able to stretch the defense to make those cuts a little bit easier, and McIlvaney's the perfect guy to do it. When he gets the stick in his left hand, you give him an inch of room to get his hands free, and he's deadly accurate. Stings the upper left corner.
Two consecutive for Colorado, making the score 11-6 after Colorado State had pulled to within 3. We'll head back to the face-off X. Simboski in there for Colorado. Ball's down. Whistle blows, we're back underway. Chamberlain's going to get the scoop here. Slips and slides on the near side, feeds the ball to Seaman. Seaman carries it in, feeds the far side for Taggart. Taggart drops it up top for Warren. Ball gets worked around behind the cage. Warner has it up top. Feeds near side. Zines rockets one. It goes wide of the cage. Everybody ducking out of the way of that shot.
It's at least the right idea, though. You put that one on cage, you force Makarov to make a good save.
Makarov makes another save. That one bounces wide. Lukin scoops it up. Chases it down. And the ball's out of bounds. Off of Colorado. It'll be Colorado State ball. Zines will restart in the near side corner. Ball gets worked up top for Warner. Warner splits the defense, loses the ball on his way through. Jackson Marlowe trying to scoop up the loose ball far side. Finally, it's going to be scooped up by Colorado State. Taggart has it. The weather is not going to help the Colorado State comeback right now. That ball gets thrown away, and it's going to stop just shy of midfield. Nice job there by Lampman to keep it on the offensive side. Wood scoops it up, feeds it to Warner. Warner will set the offense, feeding it down to Taggart. Taggart kicks it up top for Zines. Ball gets worked up top. There's a shot, Woods. That one goes over the crossbar. Snow blowing sideways here in Boulder.
Treat this like a man up if you're CSU offense. All you need is one good skip pass to get your feet planted and take an outside shot. It's going to be very tough to force the ball inside because nobody's able to make a cut on the terrible weather conditions.
Yeah, and bounce it, because this ball's going to take all kinds of crazy hops through the snow.
Right, sweep whichever side you want your strong hand, good skip pass, and get a shot off.
Yeah, tried to force it inside, and Makarov scoops it up, throws the outlet to Sloss, and then Sloss throws it away.
As you can see, I mean, it's hard enough just to complete a basic pass on a clear, let alone trying to thread the needle to an attackman or a midi who's cutting in the crease.
Lampman goes to throw it. The ball just falls right out of his stick. Now it's dislodged by Esqueda. Ball still loose, near midfield. Crosses fly, balls fly, bodies fly. Roach tries to scoop it up. He gets knocked off the ball. Colorado State picks it up. That's Santor. Santor carries into the offensive zone. There's a nice pass.
That's the best you can do at this point. It was a nice save by Makarov. I mean, if you want to be nitpicky, you could put it a little closer to the far side pipe, but that's a good-looking shot. That's a great take by CSU. Just a better save by Makarov.
Hull starts the ball upfield for Colorado State. Now it's in the cross of Delahanty, who feeds it behind the cage for Womack. Womack can't handle. Lucan scoops it up for Colorado. Lucan's is going to make his run up the far sideline. He'll feed the ball intended for Marlowe. Marlowe does a nice job slowing the ball down, scooping it up, and feeding it for Esqueda, who can't come up with the loose ball. Good thing for Esqueda, Roach was right there. Roach flips it to Esqueda, and Esqueda will work the ball back across the top. Real men play lacrosse in the snow. They don't get to play in the sunshine like they're doing down in Arizona right now.
Absolutely. This is what these teams are made for right here. All these kids are used to playing in these conditions. Doesn't make it easier, but they know what they're getting into.
Barker, feet inside. Wharton can't finish. Bender makes the save. Ball pops back out up top. Barker has it. Barker feeds behind the cage for Esqueda. Willows with it near side. Picked up by Sullivan. Approaching 8 minutes. Feed goes behind the cage for Wharton. Wharton will circle just above goal line extended. He'll spin back on Sullivan. Feed the ball behind the cage for Willows. Willows pops one for Cannon. Cannon steps to the inside, takes the shot. It goes wide of the cage. And the back up there for Wharton.
CU back on the restart. They kick it up top for Cannon. Cannon working down the left alley. We'll kick it back up.
Barker has the ball,
Willows.
far side. He'll take it down to goal line extended. Work to back his man in. Covering him right now is Delahanty. We've got a hold coming up and a timeout. Colorado, 7:40 to play. Fourth quarter, Buffaloes 11, Rams 6. These are the RMLC championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
I was sinking deep underneath.
It's the best smoke show in Denver. GQ Barbecue is Colorado's premier competitive barbecue team, and now you can experience the championship-winning flavors. Fire, smoke, and time, combined with the finest quality meats, best seasonings, and freshest ingredients, make for the best barbecue around. Stop in for our championship-winning brisket, ribs, wings, and sausage, or have us cater your next event. Eat championship barbecue every day at GQ Barbecue.
back to Boulder, everybody. Dan Matthews. Max Rader. And a cast of thousands here in Boulder.
We've got a great shot at Jensen Makaroff on the other side of the field, shoveling snow out of his crease. That's the kind of game that we have going on today.
Well, sans what's been plowed, we've got probably a half inch to an inch of snow on the ground at this point. Willows has the ball at the top of the box for Colorado. Beats his man, fires a shot wide. Esqueda's there for the backup.
I think this place would have lost it if Willows had stuck that one after a nice crossover. Not quite fair for his defender. He did put him on skates, but he's also on snow right now, so I'll go on the side of the defender. I know how that goes.
Roach feeds it behind the cage for Esqueda. Esqueda comes up just above goal line extended, feeds for Cannon. Cannon's going to kick it across for Willows. He's picked up by Seaman. Willows picks up a double team, gets to the inside, gets knocked over. Cannon's going to scoop up the ball. And we've got a penalty flag down.
Make that
multiple
2.
Flags down. 3 flags down. Do I hear 4?
I believe 2 of them were for the same penalty, and then the second was thrown after the play was dead. Most likely an unsportsmanlike.
What I'm trying to figure out is how the flags made it all the way up toward midfield. I'm guessing maybe the wind just kind of carried them. Snow blowing sideways, north to south. It's going to be Colorado State ball. Willows is sitting in the sin bin. Yeah, we'll get the penalty call. Unsportsmanlike, and Willows is locked in for 60 seconds on a slash. So he's got 1 minute for slashing, 1 minute for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Once again, 5 goals, 6:54 remaining. Obviously, conditions are tough, but that just makes it that much harder on Makaroff. This is pretty much a must-score situation for CSU if they want to come back into this one.
Grand Canyon beat UC Santa Barbara tonight, 15-9.
O'Connell has it on the far side. They'll work it around the perimeter. With it now, A.J. Stewart in for this EMO unit. Up top to McGee over to the far side. Monheiser shoots it, goes wide. Or excuse me, up top. It was Taggart with the shot. Monheiser there for the backup. Monheiser at X. Kick it up top for Blake Warner. Warner inverts to the top of the box. Over for O'Connell. Quick feed inside. Shot and a goal. I believe that's A.J. Stewart making his extra man appearance, and he makes it count. As we heard Coach Fifield saying before, Stewart battling injury after the last Buffs-Rams game about 2 weeks ago. Gets a nice cut inside, handles the feed, and buries it past Makaroff. Handles a check there from Jackson Marlowe as well.
Chapman leads Arizona State 5-2 in the other SLC semifinal game.
Huge goal there for CSU to keep or to build momentum on their side. Keep them in this one. Now it's up to Chamberlain here to beat Simboski. CU still teetering on that procedure call. If they get one more at the faceoff X, then CU's man down for the rest of the game, every procedure call after that. So that led to the Simboski move at X, or at the faceoff X, replacing Broderick Vitale.
So Simboski and Chamberlain will head to the X, 11-7 with 6:19 to play here in Boulder.
And a man down face as Willows is still in the penalty box for the non-releasable.
Players falling all over the top of each other. McGee comes out of it with the ball. He feeds Taggart. Ball works behind the cage for Stewart. Now up top for McGee. Snowing harder and harder here in Boulder. Bounce shot, save, Makarov.
Makarov's going to
Makarov's
solo
on his horse. He's going to carry it across the midfield stripe. Fakes the pass. No, he didn't. He lost the ball. I don't know if that bounced away from him. Bender comes out of his cage, scoops it up. Feeds it upfield. That ball gets away. It's rolling toward midfield. The snow's going to slow it down on the sideline. And it's scooped up by Schwinger. Schwinger feeds it down low. This is going to come down to who can hang on to the ball in their cross longer. Ball's down along the far end line. And it's going to be Colorado State ball. No. It's going to be Colorado ball. Simboski with it in the near side. Corner. We've got a whistle on the field. There's a ball loose right on the crease that nobody saw.
Definitely do not want to mistake that for a live ball. That could really swing momentum in this game.
Nor do you want to be the one that steps on it and breaks an ankle. Buffalo's with the ball. Makarov. Long outlet pass to the far side of the field. That's Roach. Roach will carry it into the box, get the touch, and feed it back up for Esqueda. Esqueda all the way across the field for Gonzalez. Gonzalez carries down to goal line extended. Works his way just behind GLE and pulls it out into the near side corner. McElvaney working his way in, and Gonzalez will feed the ball to Esqueda. Esqueda carries it back up the near side. Approaching 4 minutes to play. Esqueda breaks free, feeds the ball to the inside. That's Wharton. Wharton opts to pull it out. 4 minutes to play. Ball gets fed to Esqueda. He can't come up with it. Wharton does. Esqueda with a backhand shot off the feed from Wharton. Credit that one to Colorado State. Nice chase by Sullivan behind the cage. He'll start to work it up the field for the Rams. Far side for Zines. Zines carries back to the middle of the field. 11-7 Buffaloes. The wind has died down a little bit. The snow's still continuing to fall. Ball gets worked to the near side wing. Comes loose. And Stewart chases it down for Colorado State. We've got a timeout on the field for the Rams. They trail 11-7, 3:19 to play in quarter number 4. These are the RMLC championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing things that make football players better power lifters, better direct line sprinters. That's what this is changing. There needs to be an evolution in how we train athletes. This is it.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers. But our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
We're back.
Welcome back. 3:19 left here in the fourth. I'm not going to say it's over, but field conditions are going to make it really, really tough on Colorado State. And it's not that they don't have the talent. I just think that it's going to be so hard to maintain footing and hang on to the ball to get 4 here in the last 3 minutes. Ball scoots to the inside. Turnover Colorado State. Snell will chase down a ball and start the ball up the field for Colorado on the restart. Layers upon layers of clothing if you're out here in Boulder tonight. Snell, single-handedly, is going to work the clear. He has it popped loose. Big hit at midfield. Warner and Taggart closing in on Snell. Now it's Snell and Nestingen on the sideline. Ball is loose in the near side. Finally scooped up by Zines. He's going to feed it to Geyser, who kicks it to the middle of the field. Ball gets lost in the middle of the field, but everybody bouncing around like a pinball now. It's going to be scooped up by Hall. Colorado State will work it the other way, but the ball's down on the turf again. This time, it's Colin McIlvaney scooping it up for Colorado, carrying it across the midfield stripe. 2:07 to play. McIlvaney throws it away. Reno couldn't quite climb the ladder to get that one.
It's funny what this kind of weather will reduce your skill level to. I mean, guys like McIlvaney would never be missing a pass like that down the alley, and the ball's just flying all over the place. As soon as it hits your cross, you lose track of it. I mean, as you saw from Nestingen just there before for CSU, kind of playing peewee ball out here.
Santor feeds the ball to the middle of the field. Again, it finds the turf, or the snow, as the case may be. Colorado State scoops it up. There's a bouncer. Rings off the pipe, comes out up top, and it's going to be scooped up by Sandman. Sandman kicks the ball back to Makarov, and Makarov's going to just walk it up the field. 90 seconds left in this one. Colorado looks like they're going to advance to the championship game, where they'll take on BYU. .112 left to play. Colorado with the ball on the far side. Wise gets pushed from behind. Ball comes loose. No call on the play. Ball squirts up. Santor. Santor carries. Feeds the ball to Delahanty. Delahanty tries to back his man down. 40 seconds to play. Jake Gonzalez will be our player of the game. Max Frater making his way off to the sidelines to have a conversation with Mr. Gonzalez and Coach Galvin. 30 seconds. Colorado's just going to hang on to the ball. Carter Esqueda swings all the way across the top, beats McGee, runs to the far side of the field. Now he'll reverse. Run directly at our booth. Now head down the field. Inside 15 seconds. 11-7. Buffalo's just counting down the time before they're going to square off against BYU tomorrow. 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 on the East Coast. Colorado walks away with the win over Colorado State. And now Colorado State's fate rests in the hands of the MCLA Selection Committee. We're going to step aside, take a break, and when we come back, Max Frater will be with head coach John Galvin and our player of the game, Jake Gonzalez. This is the RMLC Championships, presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. In team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
Hey, Edwin, get over there in the squad box.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
The postgame is brought to you by CU Sports Medicine and Performance Center in partnership with Boulder Community Health.
In less than ideal weather conditions, the University of Colorado has come away with an 11-7 win in the semifinal versus Colorado State. They advance to take on BYU tomorrow, 5 p.m., right here on any of the locations that you watched us here today. In our first game tomorrow, we're going to be looking at Metro State taking on Montana State. Should be a great day for lacrosse. We are awaiting Coach John Galvin and Jake Gonzalez, who will join Max Frater. We are right in the thick of the CU Sports Medicine and Performance Center post-game show. I'm Dan Matthews. Folks, it's been a pleasure being with you here all day today. While we're waiting for Max and Jake and company, there are a few people I want to thank. I want to thank the crew from ASBN TV, all of our camera people, and so on and so forth. We're going to pop it out to Max here in just a second. John Ponist, our engineer, our sound tech. I want to thank the guys who did stats. The crew from the RMLC. That was Dave Leach, John Robinette, and Dan Ricketts. Big thanks to all of them. We're going to go ahead and kick it out to Max Frater with our player of the game, Jake Gonzalez.
Max here for the winning Buffs. We've got the player of the game. Jake Gonzalez had 3 goals, 2 assists, and 7 ground balls was the total that we calculated in the booth. Jake, anytime these two teams play, it's always going to be a tight game, especially in conditions like this in the postseason. What does it mean for your team to pick up another win over your rival?
You know, it's huge. It's kind of weird. You know, we had a week off last week, played CSU. They were our previous game, so we knew that week off was going to be key getting healthy. And anytime we play a rival like CSU, it's going to be a battle, no matter what the conditions are. So this is huge for us. We needed this to get the momentum going.
How did you have to adjust your game with the snow coming down so hard, especially in the second half?
You know, I think we were kind of prepared for it. And Coach Galvin kind of has a saying called win zero, which means, you know, no matter what the condition is, your kid's got to be ready for anything.
Thoughts on the game tomorrow?
It's another big game, another rival of ours. You know, I think we're pumped for this, celebrate it for a little bit, but we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Appreciate it, Jake. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also have the winning head coach, Coach Galvin. Coach, same question for you. I mean, another big win over the rival, Colorado State, especially in tough conditions. What did you learn about your team in a game like this?
It's just overcoming some adversity, but, you know, again, it's just kind of doing what we do and, you know, getting the ball moving around, playing good defense, and, you know, I think we just tried to overcome the conditions a bit.
Another big game against BYU, this time in the postseason. What are your thoughts going into tomorrow's championship game?
I mean, they're a great team, really well coached, and it's just, you know, we got to prepare for them like anybody else, and hopefully, you know, we do a good job with that.
Excellent, Coach. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. A great game here tonight in less than ideal weather conditions. As I said before, our final score 11-7. Let's take a quick look at our MTS Athletic move of the game. Looks like this is Jake Gonzalez coming down the near side, firing it backside to the far pipe, giving Colorado the advantage here tonight. Max Frater set to join me back in the booth. We'll do a quick wrap here in Boulder. The Dogs running around in the snow. What a great night for lacrosse, all things considered. And we are very appreciative of our entire crew braving the weather out here tonight. Max, Colorado advances. Quick look. Colorado BYU tomorrow. Should be a fabulous game.
I have a feeling we're going to see the scoreboard get lit up tomorrow, especially watching the way that BYU pushed the ball against Utah today. They're going to face a different beast in Colorado. The Buffs are going to be able to handle possession, control the ball a little bit more, get some better shots against Mason Moon. But at the same time, I think the way that these two teams handle the ball, the kind of talent that they have offensively, it's really going to be a barn burner tomorrow.
Our first game tomorrow is going to be Montana State and Metro State. What do we expect there?
Well, for starters, it's going to be 2 full rosters, which is something that the Bobcats didn't have to deal with today against Fort Lewis. But another game, another rematch of a regular season tilt, that Metro State one, which was kind of a shocker for a lot of people. So the Bobcats are going to go into this one with a chip on their shoulder. But I mean, same deal. You've got a lot of talent offensively for the Bobcats, and you've got a good goaltender in Jake Miller for Metro State. So it's going to be a great matchup to see a good defense in Metro State against a great offense in Montana State.
Want to thank the entire crew from ASBN TV, especially the camera folks who spent their time out in the snow tonight. Graham Clark and Roddy Babb at Big Bite Television. John Ponist, our engineer, everybody from the RMLC. For Max Frater, I'm Dan Matthews. We'll see you tomorrow, and until then, so long, everybody.
Sports Performance Program here at the CU Sports Medicine Performance Program is one of the most comprehensive programs that are out there in the United States and probably in the world as well. And what we do here, we work with all kinds of athletes. So we work with your elite and professional athlete all the way to your recreational athletes.
The concept of having this as a place where you can do everything is just wonderful. You can get injured, you can come here, you can be seen, you can get evaluated, you can get your x-rays, you can get your MRI. From there, you can get treatment, you can get physical therapy. And then, to optimize your performance, not only that, you can do your sports performance, you can do exercise physiology testing to take it to the next level.
We have athletes coming here to Boulder to train from everywhere in the world, and that puts us in a very unique position. We have the whole biomechanics laboratory divided in 2 areas. One is the gait analysis, where we can analyze your ideal gait, whether it's because someone got injured or maybe it's for sports performance specifically speaking. The next part of the laboratory of biomechanics is the bike fit, where we have the state-of-the-art equipment. We have 3-dimensional bike fit analysis, which is a research-grade level of service that we're the first ones who have been developing into a product that can be utilized by any cyclist out there. In the physiology laboratory, we do that. We do physiological and metabolic testing. We also look at lactate metabolism, different diseases like type 2 diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome, and we can give them the right exercise prescription. Exercise is medicine. The whole purpose is to prescribe exercise, but we have to do it in a very individualized way. We have the swim flume, which is another state-of-the-art facility for swimmers. So we do this for both purposes of biomechanics, where we can analyze the stroke analysis, and also we can do what's a metabolic response. The best way that we have here is to bring them to a laboratory situation, and we can simulate all the same circumstances as they would be encountering out there in the water.
Through our sports nutrition services, we can offer personalized nutrition for athletes for training and racing through accurate, non-invasive measurements of muscle glycogen status and sweat sodium concentration and hydration analysis, and with that information provide them with individualized nutrition recommendations for their everyday training and racing needs.
Our center, although it's a sports performance center, right, we really want to focus on the whole health and wellness aspect, right? We want to be able to work from your world-class athlete, your recreational athlete, or your individual type 2 diabetes. So in order to prescribe exercise and be able to success at that is to individualize that exercise. And that's what we can do here. We can study your metabolic and physiological response to exercise in the same manner we do with elite athletes, and we can tailor your specific individualized exercise program.
Boulder itself exudes such a active lifestyle, and located in the heart of campus next to the stadium, not only are people coming here from outside, but we're treating the athletes as well. The people come from out of state, and so how can you not be excited about being seen or being treated at a place like that? with the best equipment, the best staff. So it's just a wonderful combination of everything brought together in one location.
Hey, Edwin, get over there in the squat rack.